So would you say, generally speaking, that working out is almost a moral imperative, or keeping your body fit, generally speaking? Obviously, there are extenuating circumstances, exceptions where someone doesn't have the time or is sick or what have you.
When I would, I would.
You would say that.
Okay. In the sense, at least, to the extent that also it's a moral imperative to exercise our minds, to develop our intellect, to the gift to use the gifts we've been given. And if one of the gifts I've been given is my mind, then I need to exercise and develop
just like
my mind.
letting your mind go by indulging in stupid shows and reading dumb books and watching pornography or not reading would clearly be detrimental and bad, vicious. Yeah.
Like to think of
the idea that, but if I let my body go, somehow that's virtuous or at least morally neutral. Yeah, no.
As opposed to being a steward. And realizing, okay, actually I am a steward of all the things that have been given to me.
Right now, a lot of fat people are offended. So this is true, right? Like, so this might get back to resentment or not.
Right.
But as soon as we start saying, take care of your body, like be in shape, there's people who aren't in shape who I have to think, because if I was them, I'd be like, screw you guys. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know, what do you say to that?
I would say, what do you define as in shape? Okay. So as an example, I would say that, yes, if my version of fitness is this impossibly high to attain, I have to look like so-and-so, then that's going to be self-defeating in the first place, as opposed to, like, no, you've been given a body, move. You don't have to move like this person. You don't have to look like anybody. I mean, that's the thing, is like, we have this, false vision. I mean, because think of all the things, I can think of all the things I dislike about my body, kind of a thing. And I can let that actually define me or discourage me or whatever, like, as opposed to saying, well, no, I mean, I can move. Yeah. I can go for a walk. I don't have to go to CrossFit. I can go for a walk. I don't have to run a marathon. Like, I can do Zumba. I like dance. Or I know some people who just like, I like dancing. Like, that is a way you're using your body. Move. You don't have to be any shape or size or look any particular way. But do you enjoy dancing? Then dance. You know, like, move. And that's what I'd say. If someone was saying that they would be insulted or offended, it does say a lot about the person who chooses to be offended, because we choose to be offended. We don't. I mean, that's the bottom line is to take offense is a decision. But to clarify for anyone who's watching, is to say that it's a moral imperative to take care of what you've been given.
There you go. That's the general principle.
Is the principle.
And to analogize the body to the intellect, like we did before, like saying I need to develop my intellectual faculty isn't to say I need to be like Thomas Aquinas.
Right.
You know, like
I need
we've
a
all
PhD
been given
in something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, just to even think
But the difference is with the body, you can see sometimes how somebody has let themselves go, whereas it's not immediately obvious if they've let their intellect go.
Right. Yeah, it's a visible. But at the same time, that's probably the part that someone might struggle with, because they could say, like, no, actually, I do exercise, I do work out, and I don't look like this Adonis type person. And I'd say, then we need to recalibrate and reframe what we really think of in terms of what fitness is, or what just utilizing what you've been given. So I've been doing CrossFit as well for the last couple of years. And there are so many people at the gym, at the box, who like will beat me on a regular basis. And I'm like, how are you beating me? But they are fit, even if they don't necessarily come across as being super fit, or they're super strong.
Oh, you're saying they don't necessarily look like CrossFitters,
right?
But they're beating you.
In the sense of, like, so I need to reformulate the idea of, like, what looks like fitness versus what is fitness. Yeah. And so if someone is like saying, like, I've been exercising for however long, and I don't look like a model or don't look like whatever, I'm like, yeah. That's not the goal.
And so when I go to CrossFit, though, it sounds like a cliche, but I'm really going to beat me yesterday. There was this really humbling experience I had a couple of years back where, you know what I'm going to say? I went to CrossFit, and it was late in the afternoon, 4 p.m., and I got there, and I was stretching, and it didn't look like anyone else was coming. Then, here comes someone, and she's almost 9 months pregnant. And I say, well, at least I won't lose today. At least I won't come last today. Thinking that was a safe comment and that they would laugh with me. They didn't laugh, and she beat me.
You, yeah.
She, nearly 9 months pregnant. beat me.
No, I mean, the first day I went in, I remember thinking like, okay, this is the thing where you check your ego at the door.
Yeah, it is.
And that first day, I was beaten by every woman who was in the gym there.
Yep.
Maybe like one or two I didn't. But that's a regular scenario where there's so many people who are better than me. Like, cool.
Yes.
And I mean, there's no need.
I find, like in my experience, when I travel the country, I'll sometimes go to a CrossFit gym, and I find that there is generally that humble atmosphere. Sometimes you'll go and there's some posturing and some what's up. Very rarely though.
Very rarely.
Like if you go to you go to Google Maps, type in CrossFit, and you start looking at the reviews, almost I'm certain one of the first things you'll see is like very welcoming, inviting. Yeah, because it is that. Like no matter how fit you are, there's someone who can make you look how you make me look.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And so that's one of the things I did a video about the church and CrossFit and what we can like learn.
Cool. I didn't know that.
But one of these not been published yet. But
okay.
But one of the things is, if you can't do this, you scale.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to the spiritual life, is like I'm out because I can't make a holy hour. Like we're talking about fitness and all this kind of stuff. There's time and all that. But I can't make a holy hour. Are you kidding me? I can't pray a rosary every day or whatever the level is. And you think, okay, exactly. And then you go to one of these boxes, and so if you can't do it, do this.
Do this.
Do what you can.
Yeah.
Do whatever you can along your fitness journey or something. And there's one of the coaches who says like that. Wherever you're at on your fitness journey, do this.
Yeah.
And so the other day, I've been kind of injured a little bit with a hip thing. And I said to one of the coaches, I said, I almost didn't come in today because I saw it was a lot of squats and this and that. He's like, no. Always come in. Even if with a broken leg, we'll get you to do something else.
Yep.
Like we'll always find something you can do, not something you ever can't do. And we brought that to the spiritual life. I mean, think about how easily discouraged people are when it comes to their prayer life. It's like, well, we have this spirit of comparison, evil spirit of comparison that like infects a lot of communities. Our community on campus happens a lot because they're living in the same, and they're not just seeing each other on Sundays, they're seeing each other every single day. And so like, I noticed that she's praying. She's not always in holy hour, or he's always doing this. He's leading a Bible study. Why was this person asked to do this and this? And there's that spirit of comparison that says, well, if I can't do what they're doing, then I just can't do anything. Versus, that spirit of like, scale it.
Yeah.
What can you do? And to be free with that as opposed to, I'm somehow failing. Like, you're not failing.
And I think that's why people give up, right? It's because they don't want to scale, because scale means failure, and I don't like feeling like a failure, so if I don't try, I don't have to fail.
Yeah, completely. And just, I like what you said that. Also, I like the rhyme.
Yeah.
Scale.
Scale, file.
Scale.
Yo, thanks for watching. You can watch the entire episode on YouTube if you want. You can listen to it at The Matt Fradd Show by subscribing on iTunes or wherever you listen to your podcasts. And feel free to support me, patreon.com/MattFradd.